Good morning and welcome to Fibertown. I am Emily and I'm glad you all are here sharing a moment this morning with me. It's October 9th, 2013 and this is episode 36. Alice is about. This is actually take two, so I've already shared, given her cookie, so you can probably hear her. She's got a ball. Anyway, I'm back in my kitchen, folks, where you can relish the flavor and catch up with the best. Hey, here we are, back in my cozy house. It is definitely fall. It's cold and gray, and I'm glad to be in my cozy kitchen. Showing you guys all my week's worth of stuff. First, though, let me say hello to a couple new folks in the Fibertown group. Let's see, we have a serial knitter, who's Tina from DC. Hey, Tina. She's not from DC, but she's just moved here recently. Glad to have another DC knitter. Let's see, Annabelle, who is Annabelle from Arizona. Hey. Knitty Girl, who is Heidi from Austin. And we have a lot in common, it appears, Heidi and I. We share a birthday, which is coming up, and we share a profession. She's a speech-language pathologist, as am I. I'm also an, erstwhile French teacher to toddlers and had a couple other odd jobs, but that's what my master's degree is in. And Heidi has a podcast and a yarn company. She has Undead Yarns, and it's on YouTube, and I believe she has an Etsy store, so it's Undead, like zombies. Check it out. She's got beautiful stuff. And we've got one other person to say hi to, Disa Craftwork. I think Disa is how you say it. She is from Sweden. So hello, everybody. One other thing to mention, the October FO thread is up and going on in the Fibertown group on Ravelry. And last month, someone sewed a project bag and put it in the FO thread, and I was just thrilled to see that because that's totally allowable. So if you sew yourself a project bag, you can enter it for the prize, the pattern prize. There's also a thread on the Rav group that someone started asking about people's favorite sewing bags or tutorials for sewing knitting bags. So if you're thinking about doing that, go take a look. And I've got the annoying fall cough, sorry. I'll try to keep it down. Okay, so today, I have one show and tell. Got whips, but I've been kind of monogamous. I gotta talk about spinning, I've gotta talk about weaving, and I have some acquisitions, and the most awesome, scrumptious, fantastic giveaway. I'm super excited about. Okay, show and tell. I finished my herbaceous socks, the second pair. Here they are. These are much shorter than my first pair, and they're much richer. The color is much richer in real life. This is kind of like baby poop brown, but the colorway is bark, and it's much more coppery in real life. And I only did one repeat of the pattern on the leg, and they went super fast, and they were lovely to knit, and the yarn, these are still damp. The yarn is washed up beautifully. It's Zoe Sock from Shalimar, and these were knit on US 1.5s, 2.5 millimeters, my Carbon's DPNs, which I really like. So I didn't do the decorative heel. I gave the utilitarian heel a go on these. And my daughter has purloined them. They fit us both. My daughter's statuesque at 10, and she's got a lady's size 5.5 foot. So these fit us both. I have a 7.5. So I'm very happy with those, and I love adding to my sock drawer, my handmade sock drawer. That's it for show and tell. So whips. My design sock is the next one I'm designing. There's the back. It's out of Socks That Rock. But my test knitters, I've seen 2 of them so far. They just are speeding through this thing. 2 of my test knitters are done already with one of their socks, and maybe both. This pattern is so much fun in so many different kinds of yarns. It's simple, it's fast, it's great in variegated yarn. One of them is doing self-striping. I didn't even think of self-striping for this pattern. It's awesome. The other one is doing a sock out of her own dyed yarn. She is a yarn dyer, and I'll talk more about that when I show the pattern. And I'm thinking it's going to be released around my birthday, around the 19th. So that's a Saturday. I'll probably talk about it on that week's podcast. And I just love what they're knitting up, so I'm super excited about those. So that's kind of in the same place, just editing the pattern and all that. Let's see. The Pine Forest. I did a row or two on that. That's my blanket out of hand-spun alpaca. It doesn't look any different, so I didn't bring it out here. I've been working pretty monogamously on my son's sweater. So I'll show you that in a minute, but it's October, and it's also Pinktober, Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and I have this giant cake of raspberry-colored Cascade Eco Wool. I adore Eco Wool. And I had a shawl design in my head for some time now, and I've swatched it, but it's been kind of intimidating to put the design into the yarn because I'm not sure if certain elements of it will work, but because it's fingering, it'll take me forever to knit it and find out. I'm talking about construction of it. So why not try it in a bulky wool? I can do the construction much faster, and then I could translate it into a finer weight wool. So I've just been experimenting with different ideas in construction, and it's like call it the pink monster. So I think that's a really great idea. If you've got an idea you're not sure it will work, try it out on a big fat yarn first before you do it on a smaller weight. So that's been kind of fun just to fool around with. But my sweater is nearing completion. This is, still doesn't have a name, but it looks like a hot mess because of all the ends. But I have sleeves, and they're attached, and I'm doing the yoke, and I'm loving this. I was up early this morning knitting on it in the quiet. And I'm kind of making it up as I go as far as the Fair Isle part of it. But you can see, there's the pocket, 2 sleeves with XO on them. And the sleeves, I've really knit 5 sleeves for this sweater because I ripped out, 4.5. The sleeves look wonky because I knit them from curly yarn that had just been frogged. I didn't bother to wash it, so that will even out. So you can tell. It'll even out when I wash it. It's kind of funky as opposed to this fabric, which is nice and smooth. But they're on there. So I had 2 sleeves that were wrong. I had to rip them both out, and I reknit one. Then I reknit half of the second one, and it wasn't right. I had to change the Fair Isle. Made mistakes. Shocking. So yeah, I've knit a lot of sleeves. This would have been done a long time ago if it hadn't been for the sleeves. But I'm just super happy right now with it, and it's in that very potato chippy stage where I just want to knit a few more rows. And the yoke is almost halfway done. So I've got this checkerboard. Then I did this wavy bit, and then I just put a little dot of brown. And now I've started the XO pattern again. You can't really tell, it's just starting to appear. Hugs and kisses. That seems to be a theme with my baby boy. I knit him a sweater when he was a cable. I just sort of made it up, a cabled sweater, like a top-down raglan with a bit of a turtleneck when he was 2, and it had XO cables, and he wore it till he was 5. So I'm going with that theme and making this big. I hope it's long enough. I guess, once the yoke is done, it'll add a lot of length. Those bottom-up yokes are quite deceiving because they look really short and stubby, but then you realize how much length. And the sleeves always look too long until you attach them, and they sort of travel up with the sweater as you decrease the yoke. and get more proportional. So yeah, this is a lot of fun. I'm happy with the color, how the color work is going. There are the floats. If I have to do more than 2 or 3 stitches in a Fair Isle pattern, like if I have to float the yarn more than 2 or 3 stitches, I will go up a needle size because my Fair Isling is generally too tight. It's always too tight. Who am I kidding? But going up a needle size really seems to help smooth it out. It's looking great. Better than I think I have ever done Fair Isle. There's no puckering. So I'm very happy about that. And yeah, this is out of 3 colors of Sirdar Country DK. It's just a brown, a gray, and a green. It's washable, it's wool acrylic, and it's fairly soft. I'm hoping it'll be softer after the wash. And I think I'm going to use the leftovers to do some hats for Grammy through for Silly Fru, who has the Sassy Pants Knitter podcast, and she's collecting hats for a charity that her grandmother, who passed away last year, always knit hats for. And I didn't do any last year. I don't remember why. I don't think it was really on my radar, but it is this year because the Fru is awesome, and I discovered her. So I will be doing hats for Grammy out of the leftovers. And I like these colors. Manly, but fun to knit, not dull. This is going to be done next week, but for sure. I'm decreasing, and I've only got a few more inches, so it's going to fly. Oh yeah, so after the XO, I'll repeat all of this going up in reverse order. I have sweaters on the brain. I want to plan my hero, which we're starting 1st of November. And we're starting the hero along. And someone asked me, I think it's Java Jenny, asked me if you could knit a kid-size hero and still enter it. And yes, you can. Absolutely. I'd like to keep it to the sweaters. I understand there are hero gloves as well, or fingerless mitts, but this is going to be a sweater along. So, but kids' sweaters are absolutely allowed. So, yay. So I'm planning that. I've also got another Julia Farwell Clay sweater in my head. It's the one from Knitty. It's called Party Mix. And I've been itching to knit more hand-spun, colorful hand-spun stuff. So, did I say that right? Hand-spun stuff. That was hard. So I've been going through my hand-spun stash. I think as soon as the sweater's done, I'm going to be casting on some Party Mix stuff. I've been seeing a lot of hand-spun stripy sweaters on Instagram, and they're just beautiful. Okay, so spinning. Still have my boo-boo. It's better, but shall we just say there's I know that's too much information. It's not healed yet. There are people in her neighborhood, and this offends Alice, so she must bark. Because she owns the world. Yeah. So I was hoping to do some Spinzilla spinning, just sort of as a rogue spinner, but if you don't know what Spinzilla is, it's a fundraising effort for children's fiber arts education, and you join teams and you pay a fee, like a small fee, and you see how much your team can spin in singles in a week. And the fee collected goes towards this charity. A couple podcasters have teams, but I'm kind of glad I didn't sign up for one because I'm out of commission, yo. But I have so much to spin. It's calling to me. All of my spinning stash is just calling to me. The Poonies, the Border Leicester, the Loop Bats, Bumps. No can do. Okay, so I did do a little bit of weaving, and it's on the peg loom I made, my American peg loom. It's wicked heavy, so please excuse me while I wrangle it and show you what I've done so far. It's on the chair right next to me. It's so heavy. It's not meant to be moved around. Okay. There it is. Okay, so This is my first go at this. I don't know if you can see. I have carded my Problem Child Fleece Rambouillet cross. I haven't carded, oh hang on, I have to put this down. I haven't carded all of it because this fleece is a jerk. Residual lanolin has settled back on the locks, and because I can't clean fine fleeces that are full of lanolin, although I tried and felted part of it in the process. I tried my best, but I will not be processing, or at least washing, fine fleeces by myself. I'm done. So I've been fighting with it, I've been hand carding it, I've been drum carding it, and it takes forever to get this fluffed up. Once it fluffs up, it's super squishy, but it's very lanolin-y. So I wanted my first try with this peg loom, because I was probably going to screw things up, to be with sort of a junk fiber. So sad that this is considered a junk fiber for me. But it is. It's just, it has tons of neps. But at any rate, it's very squishy, and it's going to be a little crepe mat for Alice. So I'll try to get some more of the lanolin out of it once it is all woven up. It does, the weaving goes very fast. It's just the preparation of the fiber that does not. So I'm kind of slowing down on that, taking a break, because the carding stinks. Okay, so I'll probably have that finished though next week, and I'll be able to show you guys up close and a little bit better. And you could see that there's a bit of white fleece in there too, and that was from just bits that were left in the drum carder that traveled up. Hey, you know I was talking about you. There's our girl. So yeah, she's gonna get a new blanket. It's gonna smell like sheep, which she loves. Okay, acquisitions, everybody. I have some awesome viewers. And this one this week is Kelly, and she is KMC Key 263. That rhymes, yes it does. She was commenting on my weaving and said that she had some yarns that she thought would be perfect for weft. And she wasn't ever going to use them, and did I want them? And you know, generally when people ask you if you want yarn, you want yarn. At least I do. So I said, yes, please. I'll send it my way. I will give it a good home. And she did. She sent it my way, and she is not too far away, so they came really, really fast with this awesome little card of sheep butts. Look at that. Alice, look at the sheep butts. Yeah. Remember the sheep you saw at Meduseld? Oh, Meduseld. Middle-aged Pearl, who is a member of the Fibertown group and just an all-out, really awesome person that I got to meet at Shenandoah. She got some bats from Meduseld and spun them up and put them in the FO thread, and they're stunning. Stunning. Beautiful. Amazing. So check those out. Sorry, I digress. All right, so Kelly, awesome Kelly, sent me these yarns from Taos, the Taos Wool Festival in New Mexico. I gotta put you down, girlfriend. Here. And I'm really excited about these. The colors are stunning, and it's fiber that I've never used before. They are from Shepherd's Lamb, churro yarn from the churro sheep, which is a southwestern breed, I believe. Certified organic churro wool, single ply, blanket weight yarn. Well, that's something I've never seen, blanket weight. See that? See if you can see that. Blanket weight. So this one is Rust Heather, and this one is called Viento, wind. The blue one is wind. They're beautiful, and I love that they're sort of regionally specific, because I'm a regionally specific geek. Look how beautiful. This one is actually more showing up more royal blue on the screen, but it's really more of a teal. I think I might try something called clasped weft with these. I need to warp my Cricut and get a clasped weft going. I've only seen this. I've never tried it, but the effect is really super cool. Basically, you interchange the warp threads so you get, or the weft threads so you get this sort of almost like planned pooling. So beautiful colors. Thank you so much, Kelly. Oh, she also sent this. This was a surprise. Mountain Colors, Crazy Foot, and this is merino, superwash merino nylon, clover colorway. So beautiful. I'm not sure what this is going to be used for yet. It might be a prize one day. I might have to knit it. She said I could do what I wanted. We'll see. Oh, speaking of prizes, the Herbaceous Along, I forgot to mention, is going on. Did I mention last week that Dawn Knitting Wolf is knitting them, and Pink also, and I guess for Pinktober, and they're beautiful. And I love seeing them, and there are quite a few finished projects right now for Herbaceous, and I just love it. Love going over there and looking at all the Herbaceous. Okay, that is it for acquisitions, and my very last thing today is the giveaway. So, Kate Blaney of GourmetStash contacted me about a very cool giveaway. She is buddies with Ann Weaver, who is a local designer, she designed the Albers cowl that I'm now spinning for. And she has this amazing hat pattern called Fixation. And it's sort of this wide chevron-y amazingness, and there are tons of patterns already done on Ravelry with lots of different color combinations. So Kate said, would you be interested in giving away a Fixation hat kit? Yes, I would. So here's the pattern that will come with the kit. And that's Anne. She was at Shenandoah. There she is modeling her hat. And the Poonie kit comes with 4 ounces of Poonies. This is a big value, you all. I'm taking them out of the bag. 4 ounces of Poonies. Can you die? They're beautiful. You don't have a weakness for these already, but look at that teal. Ugh. It's teal with bits of black merino in there. I think it's black merino. This is merino alpaca, Siren's Call. That's the teal, and you get 2 ounces of that. And if I flip this bundle over, you get 2 ounces of the Fiber Town colorway. And that, of course, has alpaca, because alpaca. And it's got superwash merino, alpaca, and silk. So you would spin these up and make a fixation hat, or, you know, whatever you like. But it's a fixation hat kit, and the pattern comes with. I know. Spin your own hat. 4 ounces of coordinating Poonies, and I adore these colorways together. Look at that. Who's drooling? Raise your hand. Amazing. Amazing. I'm gonna have to get some of that teal. Siren's Call. So here's what you have to do. Now, anyone can enter this if you're a member of the group. 1 entry per person. If you are not a spinner yet, enter anyway. You may become a spinner. You might know a spinner you can give this to, either as a gift because you're awesome, or as hey, spin these for me and then give me the yarn. Or if you're a spinner, yeah, you'll probably want to enter. So consider your options, even if you're not a spinner. Think about it. They're beautiful. They're amazing. And it's an amazingly generous gift. Thank you, Kate, to one of the Fibertown viewers. So here's what you need to do. I'm going to open a thread in the group, and I'm going to ask you to go visit Kate's Etsy site, GourmetStash at Etsy. And I want you to figure out what in your perfect world, what would your colorways be for this hat? Go to Kate's sold, the sold items in the store, and you can see all the colorways she's ever done in the store. And you can choose either 2 colors or 4 colors, because the kits she's making will have either 2 or 4 colors. And tell her what they are. Tell in the thread in the group which colors or colorways you would pick for this hat. Yeah, go crazy. See what your favorite combos would be, because Ann Weaver is all about combining colors. Her patterns are pretty amazing, and Kate's color sense is astounding. So that is that. I hope I've explained that correctly. That was GourmetStash. Look at her spinning. That's probably a Spanish peacock spindle. Yeah, I'm jealous I can't win this, but I have a lot of ponies to spin, and I need this to heal up. Okay, so I hope you've all had a fantastic week, and you're enjoying the season. And Alice and she's asleep already. Morning nap time. I hope that you all take care. Until next time. Bye-bye.